cardboard model, and now we have expanded that into around 9 to 10 models altogether. And
Yes.
also we are now getting into XR lab setups also. That is altogether a different thing that we are exploring as of now with the leading universities across India.
Right.
So when we started in 2014, there were no players, right?
Right.
In fact, many of the companies who have started procuring from our end were like big companies like Future Retail.
Yes.
In the years of 2015, like Star
Wow.
Sports, commonflow.com. Right now it is, I think it's quicker, right?
Yes. Yes.
So all these big companies started taking cardboards from our end. So especially the ones that are made out of cardboard.
Right.
Because they were building applications for the first time in VR. So
Yes.
in fact, we have built our own application. We have built an application for Star Sports Pro Kabaddi.
Right.
So we have bundled both the hardware and the software applications to them in the 2015 itself, when no one knows about VR, right? So that's all. It's combination of all the services, bundled packages and the headsets. Some of the clients require some kind of software assistance, which we have delivered. And also in terms of hardware, we have also delivered in huge quantities. For example, we have delivered it to Bahubali, right?
Wow.
Bahubali, we have delivered it to Pro Kabaddi, Intex Mobiles, for R&D for Nestle Sri Lanka, Nestle India. So there's a lot of sectors that we have gone into. So there's not even one sector that we haven't touched in this with our VR headsets.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And may I ask where is Ayurushu is based out of?
It's based out of Hyderabad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting city. Okay, so let's actually get into the metaverse thing only itself. Now, you mentioned that most of these companies bought the cardboard VR, but if we actually look at the website of irusu.com, we see a wide variety of all these headphones, VR headsets with some with our controllers, some are with headphones in it. So, how did you find out that we need to make such addition to the product in itself? What was the prototyping structure like?
Yeah, so it's pretty simple, right? Any VR headset requires some kind of controller with that, right?
Yes.
So when Google made a VR headset, Google Cardboard, right? They use some kind of magnetic triggering buttons with the cardboard. So when we started doing the plastic versions of our headsets, right? We thought it was not feasible to use the magnetic clicker on that. So what we thought is, we started contacting our suppliers, the main suppliers, right, who does the original design manufacturing for us. So we told them the design changes that needs to be done on the headsets. So we have experimented a lot, right? It took around 2 years for us to get a proper prototype of connect to touch buttons, right? It's simple mechanism wherein you just touch the button at the bottom.
Yes.
With the electrostatic, from your fingers, it goes to all the way on a button that touches your screen. So it acts as a touch on the screen, right? So that's a simple mechanism that we could have accomplished with a very minimal cost to the product price. So that's why when you see our products, they're very low priced, right? Because we just wanted to keep it at a lower price, because we are supposed the ones that we are supplying to the masses, right? It's supposed to be at a reasonable prices.
Right.
And because we have seen Oculus Quest or other headsets which were coming at that time, right? Were priced at way huge prices. For example, somewhere close to 50K, 60K of that sort.
Yes.
So we thought how people will experience VR, right? People can just to experience something in VR. People cannot buy a 50,000 headset, right away. So this cardboard of ours, or the VR headsets that we have, acts as an entry point for every VR enthusiast, right? So it acts as an entry point primarily, and it primarily depends upon not only on the headset. I mean to say, the main driving force behind any mobile VR headset is the mobile phone that a user uses, right?
Okay. Yes.
Right. For example, if you have an iPhone, right, it behaves differently. Or if you have an Android mobile that doesn't have a gyroscope, it cannot work with the VR headset. So there are a lot of huge range of mobiles that were available. Okay, at that point of time when we started, it was only 3 to 4 headsets,
Yes.
handsets that were
Yes.
supporting VR. But right now there are huge, I mean to say, huge variety of mobile phones that are available that works
Right.
with the VR.
Yes.
So I mean to say, like, because we have this huge number of mobile phones,
Yeah.
it makes perfect sense for every VR enthusiast to just get a mobile phone based VR headset and try it on the mobile, and to experience how the VR is actually can teleport them into new virtual worlds. No,
Right.
I have
Right.
seen like we have developed some really good applications. For example, VR cinema,
Yes.
wherein you can just totally teleport into a virtual theater, right,
Yes.
altogether.
Yes.
So we have more than 3 lakh subscribers of our applications for the free version, and we have a pro version also at the same time,
Yes. Yes.
which is doing quite well as of now. Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. So one of the things that you mentioned is that you are making your organization is making money through sale of these VR headsets, and then
Yeah.
there is a software model in play that is through the subscription of a paid product with Cinema Pro, and there are multiple other apps that you are using that have been
Yes.
built. So what is the distribution is like segmentation, like hardware sales or application sales or any other business model like that? I want to know.
Still, Irsu is primarily making a lot of sales through our hardware. That means 80% of our revenue comes through our hardware. Around 10 to 15% comes from our other means of sales, like software packages or building customized applications for our clients.
Yes.
And the remaining 5% is somewhere we are building, as I said, like we are starting building up XR labs for different universities across India. So that's a
Yes.
new model that is coming up for us. Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. So, and you mentioned that in 2014, apart from Google Cardboard, nobody else was doing this thing. So,
Yeah.
what kind of challenges did you face? Because essentially, you are like Arisu is basically the first mover in this space, right? So, what were the challenges? How did you go about prototyping the product, and how did you talk with customers? What was the feedback from customers like?
Yes.
Can you share that?
Yes. The main challenge was like nothing inside. There was nothing that I can foresee for this technology
Right.
at that
Right.
time. Honestly speaking, I did not see any future roadmap for this technology at that time, because hardly there were any mobiles that will support this VR. Even if they were supporting, we could count number of applications that are built on VR at that time period, right?
Right.
So for me, I thought, like, let's experiment for 6 months. Let's see where does it go. So that's one thing. There's a lot of uncertainty that that was there around this technology at that time. Okay. The second challenge was because we don't know how it will fare. I haven't hired a team.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
It was me, my wife, and my relatives who were helping me with the production part, right? And me handling the overall thing, right? Even Amazon and eBay was doing great at the time. Amazon and Flipkart were just were on the blocks at that period of time in 2014, right?
Yes. Yes.
So we registered ourselves as sellers on those platforms. Certainly, we started, as I said, like, we started in the month of August in 2014, and September we registered on Amazon, and suddenly it opened up the gates for us, right?
Yes.
We started making some good amount of sales all across India. That was that was really, it's kind of what you say, it's a sweet kind of, what you say,
cherry on top.
It's not exactly the cherry on top, like, I was happy that I was getting a lot of orders. Yes. But I don't know how to do the shipping part, or know how to handle the customers, because
logistics and supply chain.
Logistics and supply chain, because Amazon was handling it at that time. See, logistics was not that of a worry. Otherwise, the people who were buying it on eBay or other channels, we were doing it through India Post or some other channels, right? So that we were doing it. But apart from that, it was the main pain in our sales was the after sales service, right?
Right.
People do not know how to use a VR headset. They were just having a vague idea of, okay, there's a VR cardboard that is available on these platforms. Let's buy one. So
Yes.
that was the motto. And once they buy it, there was no way. They don't know how to start using it. So I used to have a A4 size paper when I used to make a PDF format of how the manual should be, like how the device should be used.
Yes.
So that was my first manual that I have done it on a A4 paper. Right now, it's almost everything is streamlined in a
Yes.
way, in a well structured manner. But at that time, that was kind of challenging things that I had to face. I used to take calls with customers for 2 hours.
Wow.
Customer for 2 hours myself, wherein I used to narrate each and every step on how to use the product, right from opening up the flap, inserting the mobile, opening up the application, and dwelling into deep into using VR applications. And not only on that, mobile phones were not supporting VR at that time.
Yes.
A lot of specifications were not good enough